Well, the attack comes just days after voters approved self-governance for Muslim-dominated parts of Mindanao in the southern Philippines, which includes the island of Jolo. This part of the country has been plagued by decades of separatist conflicts. More than 100,000 people have been killed and millions more displaced by the fighting. The plan to create a new autonomous region called Bangsamoro boosted hopes for peace. Jolo was among only a few areas which rejected self-governance in the referendum, but it will still become part of the new region. Well, let's speak some more about this now to Jose Antonio Custodio, who's a defense and security analyst and former consultant of the Philippines National Security Council. Thank you so much for speaking to us. Jolo, as we've heard from Jamila, is one of the most militarized places in the Philippines where several armed groups, including Abu Sayyaf, operate. Who do you think could be behind this attack, and what message are they trying to send the Philippines government?
Well, it's difficult to ascertain right now who's behind it. Definitely, it's a terrorist organization that did it, but the thing is, who exactly among them is still up for investigation. You have the Abu Sayyaf and other organizations there. Second is the fact that this came after the referendum, and it also is after the Sulu government, the Sulu region itself, provincial region, said that they rejected that vote. Now the thing here is that the signal that they may be trying to send here is that they are trying to disrupt the peace process. They're trying to destabilize it. It's like fomenting some sort of destabilization, and to show that the government will not be able to control the area, that the places that there is conflict. So it just shows that even after the approval of the law,
right,
that there's much needed to be done. For example, in the case of dealing with all of these groups, these armed groups that are running around Mindanao.
Do you think an attack like this one will polarize the country along religious lines?
No, it's intended to do that, okay, to paralyze the entire peace process along religious lines. Why? Because in many of the provinces that are under the new Bangsamoro region, there are a lot of intermixed faiths there. There's a lot of Catholics, Christians, and Muslims in those areas. So there are attempts to stoke up communal conflict, but the thing is that that something that is easy to do. So far, none of these attacks on the churches have resulted in such type of hatred,
right,
between Muslims and Christians. However, it has resulted in the government trying to look for these groups, and in the process ends up overstretching the military resources and also coming into probable conflict with local secessionist groups,
right,
or local units of major secessionist groups in the area when they run after terrorists. So we have to remember, for example, what happened several years ago in Mamasapano.
Right. I was going to come to the response we can expect from the government to this attack. If you can hear me, what response do you think we can expect from the government on this attack, not just militarily, but also as far as dealing with the issues and challenges that this region in particular faces? Well,
initially, what they will do is that they will exhaust all intelligence measures to pinpoint who this group is, and because you have the usual suspects, which is of course the Abu Sayyaf, but sometimes these groups do it upon the bidding of another, upon the orders of another group that prefers to operate in the shadows. So the thing is that the government will have to identify clearly who is behind this. Second is that there will be the usual deployment of troops to ensure a feeling of security for the people within the island of Jolo. But the thing is that once the government does this, there is also that fear that there are other groups, like, for example, the BIAF, the BIAF, the Bangsamoro Islamic Freedom Fighters, or even the Maute might get breathing space and do their own problems, and do their own acts of mischief, and that will then will cause the government to run the risk of overextension. So this might be the first incidents in a plan to disrupt the peace process and to make conflict continue in this island of Mindanao.
Thank you very much for talking to us. Jose Antonio Custodio, Defense and Security Analyst, joining us there from Manila. Thank you for your time.